busy. His schedule is so busy that I think he's got to do stuff whenever he can. But anyway, it talks about this, and I couldn't understand why he called it gator funding, but then he explains it, because an alligator will eat anything, any
like
carcass
sharks.
of anything.
Yep.
And so he's calling it gator funding because it's somebody that will fund anything at any amount, but you don't get paid necessarily on a percentage, like 12%, 10%. You get paid a fee. You're going to get a chunk of a fee.
Portion, a percentage of equity in a 75-acre development by putting this.
And within the next few minutes, I'm going to find a deal.
Oh, here, that was me. I was like, what in the heck am I listening to? But I'll put it in there. But anyway, listen to that, because not only if you just got that line of credit, could you be a transactional funder, but now that's exactly what you needed.
Right. So
Or-
there's a couple different avenues. There's an opportunity that Lima offers as well. They just recently changed it. So they used to have, like, if you had X amount of dollars in your banking account, we'll just use 100K as a simple number. And they would 7 times your money, and you would have to have it in your account for more than two months. They just recently changed it. You have to now bring the actual property along with it, and they will basically give you that line of credit within 24 hours.
And who is that?
Lima One.
Lima One. So it's funny too, because Maria and we have this big wholesale deal we're closing on, I think tomorrow, Wednesday, but we're going to do a double close. And so after listening to this, I called her and I said, Marie, if we do a double close, don't we have to come in with the money for the first half of it? And she said, yeah, I think we do. So I was like, okay, we need some transactional funding, because we need it for about, I don't know, a couple hours.
Right.
Second close happens. So it's exactly what it is. So she was going to reach out to she knew how to take care of that, but.
What do you need for the transaction?
525.
Oof.
Maybe 530.
That's a little out of reach.
I know. But then we're wholesaling it out at 575.
Huh.
So I just put the link in there. So copy that link and definitely watch it. And if you watch it right away, you can get signed up, because he's limiting the number of people that can get in there on Sunday.
Right.
To watch the Sunday thing. So I already signed up for that. And I signed up for an appointment with their transactional lender that they use or not transactional, but for a line of credit. And I forget who that's with. And I have one with my other bank.
You guys got a direct link to them.
Did I what?
My computer's running like shit.
Okay. But go into the bottom part of it and he has all the links there. But that's cool. It's so funny that you say that and that he just literally talking about it.
Okay, we are 10 minutes into the hour. Thank you both of you for sharing all of that. I do have a couple things that I would like to work with you guys today. It's more like an opportunity to share, right? And all. So let me know if I'm getting a little choppy. The connection is not great. I'm not on my house right now. I'm running this out of a friend's apartment because I'm here for a visit. So, okay. So I know that we were not able to go all around the horn, but the idea is everyone to participate, of course, willingly. I'm not forcing anyone to do it. We're going to use as a perspective everything you guys did on last week. We're going to englobe it, right? So I will need you guys to share what was your highest point during last week, which one was your lowest point, and also what is the goal for this week to make it different than the last week. Okay? Does everyone understand the assignment? Good. So whenever you guys are ready, I'm going to pick someone randomly. And then after you finish sharing, you are going to pick who's going to be next. Okay? I'm gonna give you, let's say, 1 minute to think about that, and we're gonna start, okay? So it's, what was your highest point on the week, your lowest point of the week, and what are we doing this week to make it different? Okay, ready or not, here I go. I see some quiet ones. So Victor, are you able to share? Are you available, or are you just listening? Victor, I don't know if you can, is everyone able to hear me? Yeah? Okay. So then Victor probably is just listening then. Okay. Tony, let's start with you then. Which was your highest, your lowest, and what you're doing to make it different?
What I'm going to do is I'm getting the number of sales in the area, what the sales are. That way I can, because house prices have gone nuts, as everybody knows, but I'm trying to figure out what's the base. So from there, I'll start making offers.
Cool. So yeah, that's your game plan. So may I assume that then your lowest point of last week was the fact that like house pricing is like not going great, right? So you're kind of like in a hunt.
Whatever, yeah.
Got it. Okay, thank you for sharing. Liz, please enlighten us. What was your highest, your lowest? What are you doing different?
I have a lot of highs. I don't like to concentrate on the lows, but we'll still go to them. But I'll just say on Monday night, we had a great lawyer speak on our Monday night huddle, if anybody was on there. And so I ran that for Maria and I, and it was great. She and I got our book into formatting, and we got a copy back of it already and got it edited. I mean, got it looked at and then formatted again, and we sent it back in again today. So that should be done. And then I did a lot of, I started again to do some posting on Instagram again and on Reels, and it was really sparking a lot of stuff, especially what I'm doing in my own house. And so my low point was, I would say I wasn't doing that enough. And my goal would be to be doing it more, because that really did, like, that's how I have somebody, I've already set up a meeting with a gal who wants to meet with me this week about some design stuff, you know, people that are interested in, you know, what I do. And then this is how I've gotten lenders before. So I really stopped doing it for a while, and I need to be on it all the time. So I would say that's the low, because I wasn't doing it enough, but we'll continue to do it more, which is what I'm gonna do this week. And just deal with the fact that, you know, everything's in chaos in here, and it's just how life will go, and it'll all chill out, and then it'll be good, and we'll sell the house. So yay.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations on your highest. It seems like you had a pretty good week for yourself and Maria as well. So I'm really happy to hear actually that. And I like what you said. I mean, not focusing on the lowest. And I agree with that. I mean, it's nice to see the positive things around. I mean, if you focus on the lowest, you're just wasting a lot of time. The best is just to look for ways to improve that, right?
Well, and that's exactly it, because the other low point, I guess, you know, the stressful point is I don't want to run out of money. So we're here today getting my draw ready. And so that just starts to weigh on me, but I can't let it. I have to be like, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. And then exactly what we were talking about a few minutes ago with that transactional funding. I mean, if I'm just short even a little bit of money, I now know I can reach out that quick, even to Pace's group, and say, oh my gosh, you guys, I need $10,000 for the week or whatever. And there's people that'll jump on those opportunities, knowing what you have coming, what you've built, what you've done. And so I think that what can be, you know, a sticky point can also be such a learning point if you just are out there constantly listening, learning, and figuring it out. So it's cool.
Yeah, I couldn't say that better. So yeah, definitely. I mean, it's just a matter of perspective sometimes. You might want to see the glass half full or half empty. So it's the way, I mean, problems, there's always going to be situations that are putting us to the edge of our seats, but the way that we confront those situations, is what's going to make the difference, right? Now, who's next? Bob, please share with us.
What are the rates like, Elizabeth?
On that transactional funding, it's actually, that's what he's getting into. It's usually not a rate. It's usually a matter of how fast you need it, what it means to you, and how much. Like, he used an example of a guy needed $5,000 for to open escrow, and he was going to make 25 grand on the deal. So, or no, he needed 1,500 or something. He gives the example, but it was worth it for him to give Pace $5,000, and he'll make 20,000 on the deal for him to give him the money for X amount of time. And it's not, so I think it on this stuff, I haven't gotten through the whole audio, but I think it's all depending on what you're doing and for how long.
I'm thinking it's going to be like a flat fee or a percentage of the transaction. So, and I'm thinking that already. So that's something to keep in mind, because that's actually something that I talked about JP Kilduff about.
I know. So listen to that. He talks, Marie has taught me, I used to think she was crazy, but she's taught me to put the speed up to 125 or even 150.
Yep.
And especially then if I need to hear something, I turn it back down. But Pace talks a little bit slower. So even at 125, it's normal. He talks soft. And so I'm like, oh, so anyway, speed it up a little bit. You can go a little faster.
That's why I put it on the stereo. So it's to answer your questions. The highest point was I got invited out to 3 separate events last week. Again, networking and hanging with the old dogs that have big pockets, and just, planting the seeds. So when the time comes and they have the desire to start leaning and lending, I'll be the first one, hopefully in the front end. The lowest was losing the condo deal. So life goes on. And then what I'm planning on doing this week, I start out tonight. I'm leading one of the NLP things that I'm doing with my team. So that's tonight at 7. Then I got a Cardone thing at 8. And then the rest of the week, I'm going to be focusing on trying to find another property or two, as well as coordinating with my buddy who's down in Columbia. He's working some real estate deals as well.
Sweet. Thank you so much for sharing. Yeah, I'm truly sorry that the thing with the condo didn't went as expected, but as you can see, I mean, life goes on. Looking at the bright side, there's going to be other opportunities probably in the market. And the fact that you're keep like on networking, I mean, that's going to be a really good help moving forward. So, I mean, looking at the bright side there. And also I'm really happy that you have a pretty busy week. So that means that something good has to come out of it. I'm pretty sure about that.
I got a busy week every week. The only day that I am not doing anything technically is Friday afternoon, but again, that becomes another social networking event, after work with the guys, and just, again, planting more seeds and more guys. Cause I have, with no exaggeration, probably like 7 or 8 different things that I'm working between Airbnb opportunities, picking up properties, the NLP, the Beyond Living, reaching out for lending, trying to get lenders to get on board, and to have other people be willing to give me their home so that I can fill them with bodies with the Beyond Living opportunity. So that's 8 right off the top of my head.
That's really cool. I mean, I think that on you applies a lot that common say that says the early bird gets the bread. I mean, I'm not saying that you necessarily have to wake up early every morning. I'm not good with mornings, honestly. But the fact that you are moving, I think that's what makes a lot of difference. I mean, there's people like, it's going bad, I'm just going to stay here till things get better. Or I can be proactive and start doing things to move the needle on my favor. So that also makes a huge difference right there. So yeah, thank you. Victor says that you just got off a call. Are you ready to share?
I can share. I just didn't hear that part of what I'm sharing.
No worries. Well, we can go back with you, but just so you can start thinking about it, I would like you guys to share which was your highest point last week, your lowest point, business, personally, up to you guys. And also, what are we doing this week to make a difference? Okay.
Okay.
Okay, while you think about it, Lorraine, are you able to share? I don't think she's available at this point. Well, I can share myself as well. Personally, things are going good. I'm renovating my room, so I think that's like a highest point for me. I'm really happy about that. I was able to get a little bit more organized. We're migrating to a management platform, ClickUp. So it's been a whole ride, but that thing has been helping us a lot. So that's pretty cool. And personally, I'm visiting right now a friend. I'm on her apartment, taking advantage of how nice she is because I've been here for the last 2 days because there is an event on this part of town. So there's going to be concerts and all of that. So she lives pretty close by. So I'm taking a little bit of advantage of that. And my lowest is well, of course, being in a different city that is not my hometown gets a little expensive. So I've been spending more of the money that I had like planned to spend living, like staying here for a couple days. But besides that, I think I've been doing pretty good. Max, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
You also have to share because you're participating on this meeting. For everyone that doesn't know him, Max is in charge of support. And he's also managing the call because again, connection here is a little unstable. So he's Sean's face for now.
Yeah, hello everyone. So yeah, I think that my highest point is that I'm finally graduating from university. So yeah, I'm very happy about that. Also, yeah, I have like a lot of trips planned to concerts and all of that. So yeah, it's been a busy week with homework and also working and all of that. But yeah, I'm still like trying to manage everything. So yeah, everything is going pretty well. And my lowest point, I would say that I need to organize myself a little bit more because I have like some pending school tasks from last week. So yeah, which I didn't do during my weekend. So yeah, that would be my thing to do.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. So yeah, he's graduating finally after years of investment. So yeah, congratulations.
That's
Max.
so good, Max. Keep it up. That's so good.
Thank you.
Actually, we are going to be
Congratulations,
around.
Max.
He's graduating from the UFA. So we are going to be in Tucson
Yeah.
by May. So yeah.
Oh,
So
that's awesome. That's very exciting. Good for you.
Thanks.
okay, Victor, we go back with you. Are you ready to share?
Not prepared yet.
Okay, we can give you a little bit of more time. I don't know if it's Miki or is it Aziza? Aisa? I don't know who I connected there. It's difficult to know because you
It's
guys use the same Zoom.
Aisha.
Hi,
I
Aisa.
know. She steals my login every single time.
Well, welcome to join us. Right now, we are kind of talking a little bit of what was our highest during the week, what was our lowest last week, of course, and what are we doing to make it different this week? I don't know if you have something on top of your head that you would like to share us regardless to that.
If I could magically have more time during the week. It's just been busy. So I think this week I'll have more time to do some of the marketing things that I'm supposed to do since last week that I did not reach my quota. And I will, because I didn't reach what I wanted to do last week, I will wake up earlier this week so I can get it done. So that was my punishment. If I don't get it done, then I have to get up earlier.
Yeah, I kind of feel it with the part like we wish that they to have 25 or 26 hours instead of 24, right? And trying to get a little bit more extra time. I mean, I will say that like no, try not to go so hard on yourself. Like looking at it as a punishment, I think it's a negative perspective of the situation. Maybe like saying it, okay, let's put it as a goal. Like today I'm gonna commit to do more into the marketing, right? Like try to look at the bright side. But yeah, thank you so much for sharing, and we'll hope eventually the days gets a little bit more hours, right, for everyone here. I think everybody could use a couple extra hours in a day, right?
No. Look, beat the sun up. If you don't get it done before the sun is up, you're not up early enough.
Yeah, still I'm
Like
not
chicken.
good with the morning.
Waking up early is my kryptonite.
Yeah.
I'm up at 4:30,
Same.
every morning. I go till about
Well,
10:30 every day.
I mean, there are studies like it's not guaranteed that, if you wake up early that those are the only, successful people. I think, you
Okay.
know, it depends. Now, granted, I am not really I'm not really a morning person either, but I do like the calm of the morning if I do wake up, and I also enjoy the calm of the night when people are sleeping. So I guess it just depends on what works for you and when you feel you can be most productive. I would ideally like to do it in the morning, but it just doesn't work out that way most times.
Not only that, I'll get all the sleep I need when I'm dead.
Oh dear. No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. Me, I do not agree.
Oh my God.
I do enjoy sleeping a
No.
lot. Yeah. I mean, I think, and my mom is kind of like the type of person that wakes up super early and starts doing a lot of things around the house. So I do get where Bob is like coming from. My mom wakes up like at 4:30 or something like that and starts moving
Sheesh.
things. And and I'm more like 7, 8. If I
Yeah,
don't
I just
have
went to
anything
bed a couple
urgent,
hours ago.
9. Yeah. I mean, but it depends, like you're saying, Lorraine, actually. I mean, it depends a lot of what works for you better. I feel more productive between the morning and the afternoon. That's just because I like to multitask, so I can do a lot of different things. But yeah, I mean, I'm not a morning person. I do have to commit to some things in the morning. Not that I love it, but we
Right.
have to do what we have to do, right? But
Yep.
yeah, I think it depends for whoever works better, right? Now, Lorraine, are you ready to share what was your highest, your lowest, and what are you doing to make it better?
Um, I guess a high. I guess one was I was reached out to by someone within the note space who, he's run a fund and he's done all of these different things, and so he did reach out to kind of speak with me or get to know what I'm doing within the space. So I think that was along the lines of a high, because one of my objectives is I do need to start networking with more people within this space and kind of just building more resources. So that was one high. This is so I went to my high school reunion this weekend. So I think some people would think of that as a low because it's just a reminder of, wow, a lot of time has passed since high school. But I take it as a high because since I've been advertising or promoting like the monthly webinars that I've been doing, like I started posting that on my personal Facebook page and personal Instagram. So I've had people who are either connected to me through high school, college, whatever, have started to recognize it. And so when I was at the reunion this weekend, I was getting a lot of questions relating to, what it is I do and people being interested in wanting to get involved. So I think that those were all good things. I think those are highs. In terms of lows, I mean, I agree with everyone. It's the time management. I mean, I'm really busy right now with the tax season. I mean, we're in beginning of April, so now everybody's kind of wanting to get their stuff done. So just trying to juggle that with the real estate stuff and work and everything. So yeah.
Cool. Thank you so much for sharing. And I agree with you. I think at this point, like, I think the common thing it's the time management and how everybody would like, even though the Bob says that we have to wake up earlier, regardless of that, I think, yeah, maybe the management skills is something that we might need a little bit more refinement. Okay.
That's actually a
Yeah.
good point to tell. I think the blocking of the time, I know that's one of my struggles. The preponderance of my day is, waking up and prepping for work, working out and all that good other trash. And then I'm stuck in my, 7 to 3:30 job. And then I come back and I got to get the rest of my other stuff that I'm working all on the sideline, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for the most part, from like 5 o'clock to 9:30. slow decompress and then crash out. But the time blocking and figuring out how to get all that stuff lined up so that there's no loss of time during that time blocking. And I think that's where a lot of us probably may need a little bit of personal discipline, myself included. But
Yeah.
I wanted to, like JP said, that he's like a super guru with time blocking. I just haven't figured it out from him yet, though. So might be something that we put him on the hot seat for.
Definitely, yeah, we could definitely put JP into a spotlight just to see what he can share about that, because I do feel that that's something that we hear all the group shares. Victor, are you ready to share now?
Yes, yes. I may sound like I'm copying everybody, but I also have time management as my low. And I was supposed to get something done for Max, which I have a new CRM, and I gotta get a Zapier thingy-majiggy done for him in order to grant some access. So drop the ball there. So low of lows. The high of last week was on Friday. The brokerage had a social event at the Amway Center with the Orlando Magic play, and that was pretty high because they're promoting us as realtors here within Central Florida. So my information was up on the Jumbotron, so putting some good positive vibes out into the universe. Created some good social media content because of that. So pretty exciting stuff. And then for this week, I definitely need to wake up earlier in order to get some of that time back and be a little bit more productive.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. Congratulations on your highest. It seems that, I mean, again, let's try to look at the bright side and not to be so hard on ourselves. We understand sometimes a lot of things happen in life and we have to just juggle with whatever life is hitting us with, right? But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, for what I listened, it seems like everybody has something pretty good going for themselves, regardless of the lowest. So that's kind of the like looking at the bright side of the situation. Now, one thing that I would like to say right now, since I'm considering that everybody has come up kind of like time management, let's try to do something. I don't know how busy you guys are. I know you have your businesses and all, but let's try to come up with the strategies for time management, something that we can maybe communicate tomorrow. Do it as a homework. I don't need it to be written or anything like that. I'm not a teacher anymore. So I'm not waiting for any papers to be delivered. But yeah, let's try to think on different strategies. And if you guys join tomorrow, we can definitely put some of those into question to see if anything works for someone here in the group, okay? So we're gonna see this as a homework. Again, no papers, not necessary, but yeah, let's just look for strategies, something that we could recommend that you see working on a guru or something. I'm gonna try to see if JP is available to join us and see if he can bring us some light on time management, since it seems like he has it pretty under control. And yeah, we can do that for tomorrow if you guys like. Okay.
Cool.
Good. So pretty much that's all on my part, unless you guys have any questions, anything else that you guys want to share, something that you guys want to comment. I'm going to be here all week because Sean is in Hawaii. So you guys are going to be seeing me and Max taking care of the meetings. So yeah, anything that you guys want to share?
Question. So the meetings that happen on, I guess, Tuesday and Wednesday. So what's the link for that?
It's the same link on all the meetings.
Okay.
Yeah, so we use the same link. It's just we use a different topic. I think on the group, if you're on Facebook group, there's a pin on what we discuss on every Zoom meeting eligibly. Of course, sometimes we go a little bit off the rails, but regardless, I mean, we have kind of like a topic per day. On Thursday, Roger is going to be joining us because he's the SEO. I don't think we're going to have any talks about the CRN, lead ball, or anything like that because Sean has a pretty sketchy connection where he's in. But he told me, like, if you guys are having any inconveniences or you have any leadable questions, instead of going through the calendar, try to use a chat bot. He gets directly pinged and he's ready to answer any of the questions that you guys might have, okay? So that's pretty much all on my part. Thank you so much for joining us, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow, okay?
Thanks, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.